Following the attacks, a campaign is coming back to light as American Muslims are taking to social media to strongly take a stand in rejecting ISIS and its ideology as part of their faith.
The ISIS do not represent Islam or any Muslim.
Because it's totally un-Islamic.
Because they're killing innocent people.
Because you're unjust.
That is the hashtag #NotInMyName. This video was posted last year, but it is trending again on social media as more people from the Islamic faith are stepping forward, saying that they don't support ISIS and that they're not okay with these sorts of terroristic acts. Regina Mustafa is the founder of the Community Interfaith Dialogue in Rochester. Thank you for coming in to chat.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you know, you put out a statement right away Friday night or Saturday morning talking about what happened in France. Talk about that statement. Why'd you put it out?
I feel that I was just so outraged when I heard yet again another more innocent lives being lost by the group ISIS, and being done in the name of Islam. That this is my faith, that they are tarnishing yet again, and so I want to counter that with the truth and put out a statement saying this is not me, this is that the people, of course, the Muslims in Rochester and all over the world are just absolutely outraged. So it was a way of really expressing my frustration as well and letting everyone know, people who don't have many Muslim contacts, who haven't had much interactions with people of the Muslim faith, if I can get a message out to them that, you know, that this is not what Islam teaches.
And that's something else that you don't even like to call these terrorists ISIS, because that puts the faith in part of what they do.
Right. They're not Islamic. They're not a state. They don't represent the people of Iraq, and they don't represent the people of Syria.
So talk about then, what are the biggest misconceptions? Since 9/11 happened, we have had a lot of dialogue about the religion of Islam, Muslims, the teaching of the Quran, where a lot of people will still say, you know what, it is a violent religion.
Just like anyone's holy book, you can cherry pick verses out of it to kind of justify any kind of mindset or ideology, the Bible included, and the Quran. And with that, you can come up with, you know, Islam has been called, it has been under misconceptions for centuries. But of course, in this post 9/11 world, especially, people can just turn to any holy book to justify any political frustrations that are going on, economic agendas, anything like that in the world. You could take religion and twist it to kind of be that final push to kind of justify violent means.
And that was going to be the point to that question, is that people who have the perception that the Quran is about violence, you take little pieces, just like other people will take little pieces out of the Bible and say, all these wars were waged because of Christianity. There's a big difference between what people say is their religion and the violence that they instituted on, and the people of faith who are holy and practicing their faith in a community. Are you finding that the Rochester community is embracing in that since 9/11?
I think so, yes. I've been living in Rochester now for 8 years. I've had the privilege of meeting people from various walks of life, various religious practices, and also observing worship in different places throughout Rochester. And one place is as beautiful and as welcoming as the next. And the amount of support that I've received from the non-Muslim community and the Muslim community definitely testifies that people aren't really buying into this increase in Islamophobia. The people really are good. People recognize that Muslims are part of our society now. And they're just Minnesotans, they're just good people. So
Minnesota nice.
Minnesota nice.
And I'm afraid that when I said that, you know, people take the Quran and see that it is a violent, you know, that all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute, I didn't mean it that That's how people are viewing it. I'm saying that some people will view it that way, so dispel that. Because of the Muslim people who I have come in contact with, who we have interviewed, who we've done stories on, it is all about peace.
Yes,
it is
absolutely.
not about the hate that is really, that they're accused of.
Right. It's because these, it seems like in the media, when you have a Muslim in the media, it's because of something, a terrorist attack like in Paris, and that's where the focus is.
Right.
It's really easy to turn on your television and to see, okay, this I guess is what this faith represents. It's a lot more difficult to say, you know what, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a book about Islam, or I'm going to talk to a Muslim. A lot of people don't have maybe Muslim contacts.
Or watch, maybe, Interfaith Dialogue that you do. What, is
My
that
faith talk show.
Yes, yes. Is that weekly?
Absolutely. That is monthly.
Okay,
it's
monthly.
monthly at the Rochester Public Library.
So that way then, if you don't want to go out and buy a book, you can watch it right there on TV.
Right. Yes, and you know, you get to learn about, through my talk show, you get to learn about various religious and spiritual practices from people in Rochester. And if you do, I do tie in similarities, and I discuss differences about their beliefs with Islam.
We'll put that link with this interview on our website so that people can find it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Regina.